Hello, guys. Welcome again to the third episode of TLS Real Talk. All right. So just a quick recap. On the previous episode, we talked about empathy, right? Ramdan, we talked about how we can actually understand each other in terms
Yep.
of different kind of situation, because it's very important in our community right now. And I like the example that you give about the Malay wedding. It's very, very,
Oh
very
yeah,
relatable. Yeah.
I receive a lot of. I think we receive a lot of views. We receive a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
comments on that also. So
I think everyone can relate to that lah. They
yep,
know
yep.
the stress of doing a wedding ceremony at this time of age. We need a lot of money for that. So yeah.
And also, I think just nice lah. Empathy came out with the campaign Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
You know, so we need more empathy lah, guys. Ah,
That's right, that's right. You need to understand each other races. Not only Black Lives Matter, of course, in Singapore terms, like, of course, our Chinese, Malay, Indians, we need to understand each other, work together as a community as well. All right.
yep.
Not further ado, this episode we will talk about instant gratification. So it may sound negative or positive. Actually, it's both way, right? It can be good
In a way lah.
and also it can be bad. It depends how you look at the perspective of instant gratification. So, Ramdan, you want to give me a quick explanation? What for those who are watching? What is actually instant gratification?
What is actually instant gratification?
Yeah.
Gratification. Okay, the first thing the word gratification means in simple terms, it means satisfaction.
Mm.
So you are satisfied, or yeah, puaskan hati lah, basically in Malay, you know,
Fulfillment lah
and,
orang cakap.
fulfillment, satisfaction, all this lah. So senang kata puaskan hati, bahasa Melayu.
Right.
Then of course when the word instant come out, you put it together, instant gratification, basically how easily or how fast you satisfy your needs, or how fast you want to satisfy your needs, in a way.
Okay.
And so basically berapa cepat yang kita, so instant gratification is simply how long or how fast you take to fulfill your needs and wants.
I think you can put
Itu
a
je.
layman term macam, if you want something, you want that something right now.
Yes.
There's
In
no
layman's term.
delay, no nothing. You want it right now, now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, you put it right there and then is
Yeah.
the easiest translation that
To
you can get.
explain. Okay.
Yeah.
So of course, our topic is still, we are talking about, of course, our Malay community, right? And I find this topic is quite juicy lah. Instant gratification when we talk about with our Malay community. So first question lah. So why do you think our Malay community always have this practice of wanting to have instant gratification in almost everything that they do lah?
Why?
Yeah.
It's subjective, so this is just
Yeah.
my personal.
Of course,
Uh,
this is our opinion. There's no exactly answers to it. Not.
yeah, it's just observation, basically, and how we have conversation with friends outside, that kind of stuff. So it became a personal opinion. So it's something that I feel that our Malay community has this very famous phrases going around, where macam Melayu makan Melayu lah, right? Melayu tikam kat belakang lah, jatuhkan business lah, all this, why all this is like, kenapa? And or people who kena scam because of fast money schemes, And all of this
Orang Melayu cakap apa? Skim cepat kaya
skim cepat kaya. Kalau aku bikin pun aku cepat kaya kot.
Ni
Then
popular kat Malaysia Tapi kat Singapore, did you ever hear before in Singapore like this kind of
dia
scheme?
say aku dengar macam makcik-makcik macam kat Facebook, social media, orang
So
macam
join ni,
tipu-tipu.
join tu.
Macam MLM punya company
Ah,
lah, orang job. Dia kasi 2,000, 3,000, lepas tu tak ada hasil balik. All this cerita aku dengar lah. Kau tahu lah kadang-kadang um, normally the trap the vulnerable one are the makcik-makcik tua lah. Those kind of maybe 40, 50 kan, can easily get scammed.
correct yeah.
So aku the reason why is most probably I feel that we kita lack of the element of patience lah. We have to understand that we don't understand that actually maybe we understand, maybe we know that in order for us to get certain rewards out of life, we have to put effort. I think ni semua case macam it's very easy to understand.
Correct.
You know that kau nak buat sesuatu, kau kena letak effort lah. Ini kira mak bapak pun ajar daripada kecil, cikgu pun ajar daripada kecil. Kalau macam you know, selalu kalau Melayu kan selalu is easily relatable to Melayu ni malas. So I personally feel that the elements of malas is there, of course. But more to like kita tak sabar untuk get certain rewards fast. You know, and kalau if I look more deeper, right, I feel that it's maybe because majority of our Malay community, we don't have that luxury or so-called macam advantage in life. That's why when we see other people succeed,
we want to be like them lah.
We want to be like them.
Correct.
We want it fast. We want it macam asal hidup aku tak macam gini. Aku bila nampak dia, kalau dia succeed, aku pun nak gitu. Tapi kita tahu yang untuk dapatkan kejayaan tu, dia punya masa mungkin lama. Tapi kita apa yang kita nampak, what we only see from that person is just a tip of the iceberg.
That's why we don't see the macam the behind story of that. Apa dia buat, the hard work he went through or she went through, the time that maybe he go for study or what. We don't know about that lah. But we see the success only, and we want it. Like, what if she can get it? Why can't we? We want it right now.
So I guess that's my primary reason why we, and going back to our first episode, right? Well, the one thing that I say about word of affirmation, you know, it became a snowball effect lah. Case macam one Melayu ni, case how to say, we keep emphasizing this culture again and again and again, that it has become such a huge snowball that it's very, very hard to change. We have to stop that snowball, hit the tree, and restart a new snowball effect.
Correct.
Yeah, and it has to stop. Pasal apa? Recently, I have seen too many cases on social media about, you know, Melayu business lah, inilah, all that lah, and like issues of, you know, like jangan cakap Melayu makan Melayu, you know, there are a lot of things like people doing to so-called jatuhkan bisnes orang Melayu. Faham-faham je lah.
Orang jealous to see people ada success
Yeah, so it's quite toxic out there, and it has to stop. It has to stop. But this is just my opinion Maybe Anan also you have your own opinion. I also don't know.
Yeah, I mean back to the scheme cepat kaya. Like if you don't understand, it's basically like you see this ad somewhere in the website, and you just have to invest a certain amount, a very small amount. But the ROI, or call it return on investment, is you expect them to have a large sum of money in return to you. So this is very applicable, very like people, it's eye catching. It's something
Yeah.
that too hard to be true. And even so they still fall for it. Yeah. So I want to say that we are very, our masyarakat Melayu is very, in a way, gullible, cepat terpengaruh, because we want everything to be easy first. Secondly, we want it to be fast lah. Like, we want everything to be fast. Then lastly, siapa tak nak dapat duit tapi kau tak payah kerja Kau nak? Aku nak goyang kaki kat rumah dapat duit all the way. Yeah,
Betul,
so
aku pun nak.
these are the three things that usually plays a part lah. Why we always fall for this kind of trap around. Yeah.
Ya,
So
lagi-lagi scam,
lagi apa?
scam kat poster-poster semua.
That's true.
Gambar
And also
kan.
like you say just now lah, because they are jealous on seeing other people success, and they, one more thing, they trust too easily on this kind of scam. This kind of thing.
Ya.
They think that they can achieve it by, because macam kau letak sikit je apa, then you get a lot. So macam no harm trying, but then dia tamak je tak lebih.
Ya.
So it's a easy access to success.
Ini kebanyakan semua MLM company lah.
And lastly, they don't have knowledge on all this lah.
I
At
was
least,
about to say that, bro.
if you don't have knowledge, at least you read up, or you ask a professional that is very good at this this thing lah. It's very
Yeah.
important lah, because kalau kau tak ada knowledge, then kau main jump into the boat, on the boat. Oh, that will be tragic for you, man. I mean, if it's happen to be true, then good for you lah. But most of the cases is not lah. So it's sad to say that.
95% of the cases, I can guarantee you it's not true lah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to instant gratification. I want to share about my own personal story lah. Okay, this is
Sure, man.
it's quite embarrassing, but it's okay lah. Nothing to lose lah. Okay, so back then I always have this thing that I want to be very fit, macam you know that have that tone body, like Bruce, and got muscle, tak buff sangat, tak pang lah. Correct. So lah, aku sign up, this Anytime Fitness, those 24 hours gym. So I thought that if I sign up, there will be macam motivate me lah to work out every time. So then aku apply, aku beli supplements, protein shake.
Without knowledge.
Without knowledge, I just buy lah. Mass gainer semua. So aku makan. But knowing that I have all this access, I expect to achieve that instant success lah. Macam aku get fit very easily lah. But it's not true lah. If you know the basic, the knowledge, everything, it's a long way journey. It takes a lot of time for you to reach that stage. And of course, you want to talk about effort, Then kau kena pergi hari-hari, at least 4 or 5 times a week. But I don't have that luxury lah, because aku ingat 24 hours, pukul 2-3 pagi aku nak pergi. But no bro, aku rela tidur. So lah, I'm trying to say, back to the instant gratification, I'm one of the victim to that lah. I expect instant success.
At least kau didn't fall into like the money trap lah.
Okay lah, I can say that lah. But in a way macam I wasted a lot of money on that lah. And now aku sekarang aku dah quit. So aku dah tak bayar monthly lah. So I mean, I'm trying to say that macam
aku pun dulu sapau tau. Tapi dah tak sapau lagi lah.
we should train together okay.
One day kalau aku punya rajin dah naik balik.
Boleh.
Believe it or not guys, dulu aku badan melawar leave it or
Wala,
not.
wala, wala. Ramdan even have a Instagram page about his workout regime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back then, I wanted to prove to people
mm.
that it takes a long time lah for you to achieve that body. That's why I recorded my so-called
And
journey.
you did it naturally kau tak pakai macam
I did
supplement
it
ke apa.
tak pakai supplement ke apa. And it took me like 5-6 months to achieve it lah. 5-6 months of
Correct.
hard work
So,
effort lah. But
so back to my story macam I know that it's very relatable to most of us out there, not only for Malay community lah, for everyone. So macam we want something so much that we want it straight away, but we just don't want to work hard for it. We don't put in the effort, we don't put in the time. But we expect
this challenge going around in social media about parents putting candies, chocolate,
yes. I think I saw a
yeah,
few macam chocolate, candy,
and then they will leave their child
correct,
for like
yeah.
3 to
One
5
two
minutes, and they will see
kids, yeah.
if their child makan. Uh, I don't know what's the history of the challenge, but if you take that challenge as a so-called scientific, psychological, whatever aspect, right? It's very relatable, very strongly relatable to. Have you heard this marshmallow test?
Yeah, I do.
So this marshmallow test, for those of you who do not know, you all can just Google marshmallow test. It's basically an experiment where scientists or psychologists, right? They like experiment with like hundreds or thousands of kids, budak-budak kecil semua, and they put them in an isolated room, bilik, put a marshmallow. The test is very simple. They say to the kid, budak macam 3 to 5 years old, so dia cakap dengan budak tu, okay, if you can wait for 3 to 5 minutes, this marshmallow, I will give you 2 marshmallow.
So give
Okay,
more lah.
we give more lah, but you have to
You
wait
have
lah
to wait,
for
yeah.
3 to 5 minutes lah. I don't know what time is it, how long is it, but okay, let's take it 5 minutes lah. So you just wait for 5 minutes. This marshmallow, kalau kau tak makan, if you don't eat it, you will get double. Then they go out of the room. So then they recorded the funny scene lah. Actually budak-budak kan cute, so orang macam tengok marshmallow. Okay, I've tried this experiment in Singapore context. Fail. Pasal budak-budak tak makan marshmallow.
That's true. I need more on Western.
Ni Western culture. So maybe mungkin budak-budak kita mungkin kuih-kuih Melayu ke.
Kalau tak lontong ke, sate.
Kalau tak lontong, kalau tak kuih pisang ke apa ke kan. Mungkin it may work lah. But that's a whole different point, okay? So you put marshmallow, right? So you will see all the funny things of the children, macam dia tengah tahan, macam okay aku
Makan tak nak, makan tak nak.
makan tak nak. Then they will like, maybe some of them like fail, like they just take kopek sikit, masuk mulut, tengok sama-sama tengok kan. It's very cute. Just Google YouTube it.
But they are alone in the room.
They are alone, so there's no
So just the camera is
so-called
watching them.
this is a camera. So there's no influential so-called tactics or anything.
Can
It's just,
trigger them.
it's just you yourself. So what they find, then after that, right, this is the best thing. So parents who are doing this challenge on Twitter, social media, TikTok, good for you. If your child has have that resistance in their life at this point of time, because what happens is when they follow up with the children that manage to tahan tau. So there's 2 separate group of people there. So one group of the children who manage to endure 5 minutes and they get double, where there's another group of children that tak boleh tahan, they cannot endure and they eat the marshmallow.
Then those yang cubit-cubit tu is considered yang can
tak counted.
or not counted?
Tak counted. So it's like must be pure. So they follow up with these kids journey in their life. Sanggup dulu psychologist ikut dah umur 3 years old
How many years?
Sampai dia mati lah.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, until their career, until their retirement age. So they follow up to this. So basically, if that's how experiments work, to have theory and all this, right? So they follow up. So one interesting fact is that the children who did not eat the marshmallow, who managed to endure, achieve success at a higher percentage.
Okay.
Those who makan that marshmallow belongs to the group that are
Average,
unhappy, unsatisfied, below average.
or below average.
Below average. Yeah. And this is where the concept, to be honest, this is where the concept of instant gratification comes in. So from there you can tell, or you can so-called take it into consideration that even when you are young, let's say if you are able to endure, resist your own satisfaction, because after that knowing that aku tahan 5 minit aku dapat double apa.
I saw one of this TikTok video, got this child very cute lah, macam normal lah, gula-gula. Then the parent tinggal lah, stay inside the room. Then she was like, she look at the candy, she want to eat tau. Then like sikit ambil, patient. Then she said patience, patient, patient. At that young age, she already said patient. Then ambil patient. Right, not she didn't eat it lah. Then the mom said, oh, good job. Then you can have it lah. I mean, at a young age, you already have that very strong determination that
The power.
that power. Of course, the parents also plays a part lah. Like
Yeah.
to build this character.
So it's the upbringing also plays a part. That's why it's very important, because with this marshmallow test we can understand, kita faham tau nanti macam okay, kita nak kena ajar anak-anak kita daripada kecil.
No lah, of course.
You know that you tahan a bit, you get double the reward.
Correct, yeah.
You tahan a bit, you get triple the reward. But you must endure lah. Siapa yang tak dapat endure tu, you will not get anything out of the reward lah. You know. So this marshmallow test is quite simple. Macam kau ajar anak kau, okay, kau kalau tahan aku kasih kau lebih. Tapi kau kena tahan lah. You have to do sesuatu lah.
This is a
Effort lah.
very basic experiment that you can try with your child lah.
Your kids lah. Whichever you are doing now lah actually, with your TikTok challenge
Okay. I mean people watch it for fun, but actually they don't really see the positive part of it.
Exactly.
It's
quite interesting. Aku cakap, ni macam marshmallow test aku tengok. So, but it's just one thing feel lah. It's just that you need to actually add element to your child lah. Kalau diorang tunggu, kalau if they wait for you to come back, just give more lah. You know,
but that challenge macam dia letak banyak-banyak, then macam
so it's to make it more interesting and more so-called the outcome is better lah. If you want to do this kind of challenge, why not? Just do it lah.
So but the idea is there lah.
Yeah, this is marshmallow. It's very interesting, and I feel that you should start young with your kids. So I think masyarakat Melayu we can do that lah. I don't know how to say, like macam I don't know where the problem comes about or when it started all this, you know, Melayu want to like cepat kaya lah, all this. I don't know what is the history behind, but I'm pretty sure there is a history behind it. You know where it started, macam kenapa all this sifat tak sabar is inside us, you know,
jealousy,
and
envious of people's success.
Yeah, I don't know how it started. Actually, to be honest, I also don't care how it started, but we should stop now and then we should restart again.
Before we talk about the solution to this problem, I also want to hear your story lah on like instant gratification, if you have any that you can share with us.
I have a story, but it's not personal story. I have a personal story, but it's not so. Later maybe I share. But I think there's this story that I always shared in one of my workshops in my classes. I love this story a lot. It's about this Indian guy in India. So apparently this story is a true story. So in India, you can just Google something like Indian man carve out a mountain for the village to go.
Oh, okay. I think I hear before, but just share with our viewers.
Yeah. So go imagine, you just imagine this. So there's this village here. We have a village, a kampung here, and then in the middle of the village to another city, right, is a huge mountain. Okay, so in order for the villagers to cross over, they have to trek this mountain one round, okay, and then go up and then go down back to reach the city. So all their medical supplies, makanan semua kat city tau. So one day, this Indian guy, his wife sakit. So and it takes quite a long time to go back and forth, right? So eventually, to cut it short, right, the punya wife meninggal because of the inaccessibility and the time and the duration to take all this time.
Go
So
hospital lah.
to the hospital. So this is where I guess you can take it as like the disadvantaged community. You know, disadvantaged community could be also the setting around the whole environment. And one thing is that after that incident happened, it's like an aha moment in his life. He did not want his villagers to suffer the same fate that he had. So one thing he did, dia ambil dia punya chapel, hit the rocks lah. So he tried to carve out a path right through the mountain.
Like straight lah.
Straight. Jadi macam path. Orang kampung semua cakap ada gila lah, kerja gila lah. Cakap, you will never do it lah bro. I was like, how you going to, one man with your own cangkul ke apa, tak tahu lah, whatever it's called you gonna hit the rocks every day. He did it lah. Long story short, he did it, but he takes about, if I'm not wrong, I really cannot recall my memory so much. If I'm not wrong, he takes 60 to 80 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he was a young chap back then maybe. So he did it every single day. Dia buat malam dia tidur, esok dia bangun dia buat lagi. And this is when people are saying that he's crazy, you know. Kau gila lah, tak boleh bikin lah. So he buat. And he managed to carve out. Orang yang cakap dia gila, orang yang cakap dia bodoh, benefit from his effort.
Nah, true.
Benefit from his work. You
And
know?
there's a road lah.
There's now a pathway lah. So thanks to him, that mountain is carved. Mountain tau. Dia bukan macam Bukit Gombak, Bukit Timah ataupun kau nak buat construction ada ni tau. Ini dulu ni case
missionary semua.
Ni case one man effort for the village.
Blood, sweat and tears lah dia pakai.
Blood, sweat and tears, time. Dia punya mission lah. Dia kan dia punya
He's not really determined to
determination dia lah.
to do
And
this.
I guess because he has a strong mission, he has a strong why he want to do it. He go through all it lah. Then there's this concept, I just touch and go je. There's this concept where a story of a frog. So there's this part where macam katak ni, you know katak kan, frog then they ask the frogs to lompat naik pokok. Katak tak naik pokok pun, something like that lah, I can remember But when people say, cannot lah, impossible lah, kau nak naik pokok katak, kau naik. Tapi dia naik, try. They managed to reach on top. You know why? Why the katak managed to go on top? Pasal dia pekak.
Dia tak dengar lah.
Tak dengar.
People. So what I can actually take up for our viewers. So for these stories, basically macam is trying to say macam don't listen to people discourage lah. Like people words, negative words on your opinion on you. You need to have a huge why you want this, and also you need to know what you want. If you want to be successful, it never take a day or 2 days, a week. It will take years from you to reach that stage. And of course, you need to have willpower, determination, and you have to convince yourself also lah. Because this will impact on yourself. Macam at one point of the day, confirm you will say to yourself to give up.
For me, kalau let's say I don't want to take so much of the time lah, but like the way I was brought up, I'm the only child in my family. Of course, I have my own challenges in life, but the way that my my parents brought me up, is kau kalau tak pass exam, you don't get the marks that my father set,
Hmm.
I will never get the reward that I want.
But
So kalau kau nak ni
what kind of reward?
macam PlayStation lah, apalah, game lah, ataupun aku
Oh.
nak buat a simple reward macam aku just want to play Maple Story lah dulu, Digimon ke apa, that kind of stuff. Then one thing aku dah dapat ni mark, if I want that thing on my own, let's say aku nak beli PlayStation, I must save up my own money.
Hmm.
That kind of deal lah. Cakap, okay lah, kalau nak, kau pass. Kalau kau tak pass, kalau aku tak pass, aku kena sebat. Okay, tak pass, tak achieve the mark, aku kena sebat. Tapi kalau aku achieve that mark, I will get a reward. But for me to get that reward, I also need to save up my own money.
Hmm.
Dia kan macam double tau. So that's the kind of upbringing that my father have so-called make me the way I am now lah. Because aku memang dulu macam annoyed lah. But I guess that willpower came in. So you have to understand macam parents or the young parents, right? I'm not going to even touch this one, but I'm just going to let the cans of worms out there for a while.
Hmm.
Okay, trigger ke tak trigger, doesn't matter. How entitled kids are these days are causing a lot of issues with teachers right now. Because
Oh.
parents are supporting their children
Yeah.
terlalu banyak sangat
Hmm.
to the extent that diorang jadi manja.
Correct.
You have to understand that your manjaness or your over kasih sayang is going to backfire to you one day.
Yep.
I'm just going to say it out loud. Teachers out there, you will probably understand where I'm coming from because we are.
I can totally relate lah because I at one point of time in my life, aku also macam be a PE teacher lah in a primary school. So I can totally see like these kids they are very pampered. They want everything to be easy. They don't want to listen to teachers. Aku pernah tanya macam why are you being so rude? I always rude to my parents. My parents never scold me. Macam this is exactly like what's happening right now. And I'm talking about like
Yeah.
3 years ago. And these kids, our future generation, already behaving that way. If you don't have respect for your teachers, and even for your own parents, wow, this is crazy, man. I mean, how they're gonna grow up to be as an individual?
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's quite bad. You cannot condone or support the mistakes of your child.
Hmm.
For sure. Don't do that because it's going to backfire not only to you but to us as a community. Dan Melayu selalu macam gitu tau. Bapak selalu support. Apa yang anak orang buat salah. Macam recently kita ada social media. Aku nampak lah. Aku pun suka social media sekarang. Macam Black Lives Matter and then there's this
N-word, is it?
the N-word and then the mother support the child, that kind of stuff. But
I think there's a OLG got cover on this story lah. The okay
yeah,
logo.
these are some of the examples that is happening lah, and it's not good lah. So I will definitely say that lah. So yep, that's instant gratification lah. My personal story and also a true story that's outside. If you can Google it out.
We always love sharing stories. So I receive feedback also lah because they like to hear your stories. It's very interesting.
Okay. I have a lot of stories lah. When I go to work with all this and nanti member aku cakap, kau share more story lah.
Yeah,
Aku
that's
macam,
right. Because people like
insyaAllah
to
boleh.
hear real life experience stories. To open their eyes instead of talking about other random stuff,
Can we have
Yeah lah,
in the
that's right.
future we can I'll share
We'll
more
do
stories.
more on this topic lah. I mean on
Any else?
story wise.
I'm looking at the
And
time now,
yes.
Yeah.
Last one, just short one. So this just to it's as a conclusion. How, in your own opinion, how can we like achieve, to prevent this from happening in our own Malay community? How to prevent them from getting that, that the mindset of having the instant gratification to everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to answer that question. I like to touch on a bit of relatable things lah. As much as I don't want to touch religion, I have to touch religion a bit because
Kan lah, carry on.
majority of
It's fair.
Muslims Malay, right?
Hmm.
The concept of rezeki tangan Tuhan
Hmm.
has been misused um, too far to a certain extent that we are misusing that phrase. True, not only in Muslims, actually in every religion or in every faith, people believe that their wealth is in the hands of the universe or in God. Let's just take it that way.
Macam aku
But
berserah
to
je
the
lah.
kita berserah. But to the extent, kalau kita miskin, Melayu punya community cakap ini, dah ni rezeki aku.
Hmm.
Ni rezeki
I think I hear that
aku.
before.
Okay. That misconception of uneducated or ignorance, like Anand just now say, has backfired in our community because it's causing this loophole or a bigger hole that we have dig ourselves into, that we say that apa jadi Tuhan punya qada, Tuhan punya takdir lah. Without you putting
Kalau
effort.
tu rezeki aku ambil je lah. Aku reda je.
Kalau aku miskin lah. There's no, correct me if I'm wrong lah, whoever ustaz-ustaz kat situ apa ke, but there's no saying that in our agama saying that you should surrender your faith just like that without putting effort.
Correct.
There's this Arabic idiom where I want to share out there, even in the hadith has been said, and let's say it can benefit to everyone, not only in the Malay. Where cerita lagi story but this one part where our prophet saw a man leaving the camel just like that without tying. Dia lepaskan unta dia tak ikat. So he asked this man, asal kau tak ikat? Why you never tie your camel? Oh, if it's my rezeki, this camel orang curi ke, people take my camel away, that's God's will.
God's will lah.
Our prophet says this, ikat tu unta kau, tie your camel, and then put your trust to God's will. Tie that camel, and then kau redha, kau nak tawakal, kau kena tawakal. Tapi kau kena ikat tu unta. So you have to
put in effort, you work hard. Then if that's really your rezeki, you are going to be successful, then it's your rezeki lah.
Yes. Kalau tu
God's will lah.
rezeki datang, tak datang, kau redha, kau tawakal. This is a mistake and misconception that has been annoying to me because the concept of rezeki has been misused, and I do not like it lah, to be honest. I think this is the problem. The solution is for you to understand what is the true meaning of rezeki. You have to put your effort, then kau tawakal.
Correct,
Not just kau. Okay, that's the simple solution that I can give to everyone. And parents, if you are parents, you start your kids young. Teach them that the concept of sabar will lead you to patience, and effort and time will lead you to greater rewards at the end. I haven't even touched the concept of doing one thing at a time.
Correct.
Or doing one thing and you'll be very good at it. That could be in another workshop of us or what lah. But the concept is very simple. You have to ajar budak-budak or teach your kids. Try not to give in too little, because I guess the concept of instant gratification is in your willpower lah. It's also like a muscle lah. You have to practice, you have to try it out, sabar. And like Anand say, Anand give the best idea to be educate yourself. Before you fall into certain trap, educate yourself. And
knowledge is power lah, orang cakap.
Knowledge is power. And learn from the people that have gone through that journey. Learn the journey, not the success.
Correct.
Okay? Don't look at the tip of the iceberg only. Kau nak belajar macam mana, kau tengok someone yang boleh ajar kau tengok dia punya background as a mentor or as a successor, you can learn to be an apprentice of this person, see what he went through,
Yeah.
not just see what he have achieved lah. That's all that I can give lah.
All right. I think Ramdan already summarized everything that we talked in this episode. So again, it's all about instant gratification. So thank you, Ramdan, for summarizing. So I don't need to say anymore. So it's very
Please, kalau
important.
if you have anything, just say lah.
No, I think I want to say exactly that what you mentioned just now about like you need to put in effort. You can't always have things instantly very fast. Then you also need time, of course, effort and time to get what you want, and all have been said by you. So I hope what we discuss, we really hope that people will, if you disagree on certain points that we discussed, please just comment below or comment on the video. Yeah, we want to hear your point of view as well, because not everything that we see might be right in people's eyes or view. So it's a good discussion to have also. Yeah, we want to hear your point of view. So thank you once again. Is it can we still wish selamat hari raya? Dah lambat dah habis
Masih bulan Syawal lah.
bulan Syawal. Okay lah, never mind lah.
Raya
So
Maafkan.
we really hope we can bring someone in the next episode or few episode just to join us. Yeah, I mean it's good to have more person that we can talk about in their life instead of just us two talking. So
It's an open discussion lah.
yeah, open discussion. And I'm really look forward to the next episode for TLS Real Talk. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice
Thanks,
day.
guys.
Right. Bye bye.